I'm down!
We write stories, we make mods because we get to decide what experience we want.
Get the hell out of my face.
God bless you, modders.
Cool.
PCs are scaffolding for our imaginations.
Welcome to the Ubisoft pre-show.
To us, to build and to give back to your hobby as much as it gives
PC Gamer hosted.
This is the PC Gaming Show 2017,
powered by Intel. Get that Intel sponsorship in there. Where we talk about, where we have fans of PC gaming show off why they like PC gaming so much.
Is the PC Gaming Show sponsored by Intel? How are you all doing this fine morning?
Just to put this out there, I'm obviously not a huge PC gamer at all. I don't have a PC that can play most high-end games. So my main thing here is I'm hoping for some VR titles, which there usually are.
We have a slew of incredible guests who are going to talk about all their upcoming games, one after the other. So, I would like to warmly welcome all of you for coming out to the beautiful Ace Hotel
Welcome
Theater
up Gabe
in
Newell.
downtown Los Angeles. Twitch chat, it's a pleasure to have you here. I know that you're currently being productive and constructive.
Yeah, I did actually manage to sleep last night after the Twitch thing.
Now, if you're interested in watching in another language, over at
I took some,
we have German, Spanish,
took some
Russian,
magnesium
Chinese.
and some
Advil
PM to
coverage.
induce sleeping as fast as possible. And I think I did get almost 8 hours, so it worked.
This is the PC Gaming Show, live from the theater at Ace Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, California. Coming up, Intel explores the future of PC gaming.
That's your coming up? That's the most general thing ever.
Jordan Weissman, the creator of MechWarrior, gives a first ever look at BattleTech's campaign. New footage for Middle-earth, Shadow of War.
Big exclusives.
A new game from Clay Entertainment.
I'm being a shit. Clay's cool. I like Clay.
Play from Total War, Warhammer II.
Okay, why are you doing this though?
New announcements of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Like, why are you doing this preview thing?
An exciting reveal from Tripwire Interactive. And plenty more. Now, once again, Sean Plott.
Thank you so much, evil.
Like, have more faith that people will continue watching your show.
Let's talk about our very first game. It is an expansion to the legendary and infamous turn-based strategy game, Xcom 2. Let's take a look.
Cool, cool. This was leaked the other day, but really cool nonetheless. Xcom's dope.
Supposed to be here. At last, a true battle.
So we got real aliens now. None of them fake aliens.
If only you knew the truth.
Yeah, in previous years this was just two dudes at a table basically. So now they've upgraded to one dude at no table.
There were 3 resistance groups that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other.
I see. So a bunch of different factions that you get to interact with. It's kind of smart.
They were sent here to.
I think we streamed until 4:30 last night or something.
You are safe here.
Unfortunately, my sleep schedule was fucked. Because I feel like it's the morning. 1 p.m. Not a good thing. It's 1 o'clock right now.
I had no choice.
That can't be good.
Advent Mohammed. I suppose we should begin then.
Now the real war begins.
Yeah, the pre-show was something, man. It was something. I kind of fell off when they just started showing a full episode of Ninja Slayer. It's like, oh, I don't really want to watch Ninja Slayer right now.
To talk about Xcom 2,
If you asked me if I wanted to watch Ninja Slayer right then, I would say no, not really.
Solomon, pleasure to have you here today.
This is very exciting. We finally get to talk about this, so yes, I'm very pumped. Thank you for having us.
I did my best, though. I did my best.
What is War of the Chosen all about?
Well, so the goal with this game really was to make something massive.
Oh, that was the first announcement gesture, King. You didn't miss nothing.
Lots of new soldier classes, new environments, story, strategy systems, just tons of new toys for players to engage with.
And I understand that it's an expansion that's even larger than any of the ones you've done previously.
Yeah, easily twice the size of the previous XCOM expansion. It is massive.
Well, let's go ahead and start talking about some of the content that's in there.
Yeah, pan that camera in front of the other camera.
You saw them, they starred in the trailer. So they were designed to be the ultimate enemies of XCOM. They are three almost champions of the alien army. And they have three very distinct personalities. And
the show last night was a fuckfest, Kane. It was something. Was it good? I don't know. It goes beyond good.
Multiple times. And the Chosen, just like the player, they get stronger over the course of the game. They learn new skills, new abilities. They even gain new procedural strengths that the player's going to have to contend with. So
in a sense, it's not like a normal enemy where you might see a Chosen in one battle and a Chosen in the next. It will be the same Chosen again and again and again, getting new strengths.
That's right, that's right. And so you just, they always have something new up
I
their
see.
sleeve because they're always learning sort of new tricks.
So you get to fight recurring enemies. That's actually really neat.
Yeah. Walk me through who the Chosen are and what these strengths and weaknesses might be.
Yeah, so for example, there's the assassin, and her
now Vekor so far just XCOM 2 DLC, nothing else.
Honor bound to serve her masters, her creators, and she does it, of course, by hunting down XCOM and killing soldiers, you know.
A natural expression of identity.
We're bringing back some familiar elements from earlier games, yes. Yeah. And so, but combat-wise, she's a mix of stealth and close-quarters combat, so she can vanish from sight, and she uses that to get in close on the soldiers and use her blade. So, like the other Chosen, she's very powerful, and she has
it sounds a bit similar to Shadow of Mordor. The Nemesis system.
A little. This new obstacle in the form of the Chosen. You know, mentioned the assassin. Who are the other two?
There's the hunter. That's more of a long-range sniper.
Yeah.
And then we have the warlock, which is, you know, a warlock. So, yeah. Doesn't he look like a warlock? So yeah, they all have very unique skill sets, and so it's fun to fight each of them.
What about the new tools that players have in order to try to overcome this obstacle of the Chosen?
Yes, so as you saw in the trailer, XCOM is not the only resistance movement on Earth. So in War of the Chosen, you have these three factions out there, and like the
having
Chosen,
to compete with three factions sounds fucking tough.
And distinct fighting styles. But for the player to get access to those, first they have to win those factions over. They have to recruit them to the XCOM cause. But when you do, you have access to the most powerful soldiers we've ever created. So
we're taking a look at the Reaper right now. What's the gameplay of the Reaper?
That's right, the Reapers. So
Late Fox, I'm not sure when the pre-show is going to be uploaded.
Then we have the
it's going to take a minute.
Which are
it's pretty big.
Defectors from the alien army.
Oh, that makes sense with the art style. Yeah, yeah.
Look at those fingers. Yeah, so they're half alien human hybrids, and they're sort of like single soldier wrecking crews. They're really powerful. And then we have the Templars, and they're the most mysterious of the factions.
Look, he's got the Halo sword.
Psionic wildlings, and they work a little differently.
Seriously.
Because they build up power over multiple attacks that they can then unleash in more devastating abilities.
So it's sort of like a mini resource management mechanic specifically for the Templar.
It definitely is. There's trade-offs there where as they gain focus, you either want to keep it because it makes them stronger, or you can spend it on these really powerful abilities.
Now,
I never did order a pizza.
Briefly look at the Lost, and though we didn't see them too
it would have been fun.
Get the chance for you to talk about them a little
but I knew I needed to sleep, so.
Right. So the Lost, this comes out of the idea that the original alien invasion happened 20 years ago. And in that invasion, the aliens destroyed some of the greatest cities of the world, and we've never been back. So in War of the Chosen, we go back. And what you find there are the Lost, these handsome...
I thought that everyone in the cities died, but apparently they're alive and well. They're doing fine.
Yeah, as you can see, they've weathered the last 20 years.
So you got zombies.
Really well. So, yeah, these are
effectively zombies.
Humans, and a single Lost is not going to pose much of a challenge.
Sure.
But unfortunately, you don't fight single lost. They move in large swarms. And so when you go into the cities, these swarms are drawn to the sound of combat, and they never stop coming. And there is a silver lining, which is that the Lost don't like aliens either. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so once the Lost show up, then everybody's fighting for their lives.
And I
Oh,
know
that's neat that they'll fight
hallmark
other
of the
enemies,
XCOM
too.
Games is the sort of tactical maneuvers of the AI that, in the same way you're planning, it's planning too. But the Lost behave quite differently.
Yeah, they're mindless. So the idea is that you have this tactical combat going on against you versus the Advent, the aliens, and then all of a sudden this horde shows up and it throws everybody's plans out of whack. And then you can even have maps where they are chosen, lost, you're fighting the Advent at the same time, and it makes for some very, very beautiful chaos. It is definitely unlike any other XCOM missions you've played.
Well, Jake, you're the first guest out, so I'm going to ask you the big question.
Okay.
When do we get to play it?
We get to play this. War of the Chosen comes out August 29th, so very soon.
Just 2 months.
That's right, very soon on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. So people should follow XCOM on Twitter and Facebook if they want to keep up with all the latest XCOM information.
And Jake didn't want to do this, but I'm going to make him do it. Follow Jake on Twitter. It's at Solomon Jake. Follow him, say hello, and tell him you're proud to be a follower.
Yes, yes, please, please. Thank you.
I like that. Jake didn't want me to do this.
Don't worry, I got you covered. At Jake
Sean
Solomon.
for that. Thank you.
It's at Jake Solomon. At Jake Solomon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Jake Solomon, creative director of XCOM 2.
Thank you. Thanks.
Congrats, Jake Solomon. You did it. You got 100 more Twitter followers.
As some of you may know, I am not the only host at this event. Joining me to do all sorts of announcement goodies is a woman named Sonia Reed, but you may know her a little better as OMG It's Firefox. How's it going, Sonia?
Hi. Thank you, Sean, and hello, you beautiful gamers. And whether you are checking us out online or you're hanging out with us here today, I am super excited to be here and show you guys some awesome games. And you know what? I'm not going to wait. We're just going to get right into it. I want to show you a game called Ooblets. It is going to be coming out early
Ooblets is
next
so
year,
cool.
And it is from an impressive studio of only 2 people called Glumberlands. So it's kind of a mashup between Harvest Moon meets Pokemon meets Adventure Time, but even cuter, if you can imagine that. So I'm going to show you how to grow and customize your Ooblets in this exclusive trailer.
Check this game out. It's so cute. I love it. So you literally harvest your animal helpers. They're all plant helpers, I guess. I love how many you can have in your party, too. Like, I think you could have, like, 20 or some shit. I love the run animation in this game, too. It's so cute. Yeah, this game does have a full combat system. Look at that run animation. It's such a cute little jog. Can't get over it. This appeared briefly at Microsoft's conference yesterday too, since it's coming out on Xbox One as well. No PS4 confirmed yet. Oh, Jester King, Double Fine is only publishing this game. They're not actually making it, so. I really hope it comes out, and it's. Sorry, I really hope it comes out well. It would be such a bummer if that game turned out to be bad. So I'm crossing my fingers. What genre is it? I guess it's like an RPG.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position.
Yeah, BattleTech finally back.
That
It's so neat that BattleTech's like a thing
so
again.
Happy. And the previous one you just got the chance to see is the old school tabletop game BattleTech, distilled into its purest form on PC. And here to talk about it from Harebrained Schemes is Jordan Wiseman and Mitch Gittleman. Welcome, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you up on stage.
Thank you very much.
Woo! Yes, that's the spirit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of games based on BattleTech. Tell us about this incarnation.
By all means, BattleTech is a
I like
modern
RoboTech.
tactical game set within the Mech Warrior universe.
The abomination of a show that RoboTech
A
is.
single-player skirmish, a multiplayer skirmish, and then our open-ended mercenary campaign.
Well, I want to hop straight into some of that single-player content by taking a journey to the Argo. I understand that, you know, there's all sorts of combat goodies that we're going to see in a moment, but the Argo is in between missions. Walk us through what we're seeing.
Right. So the Argo is a broken down hulk of a spaceship from a bygone era, and it is your mercenary command center. You could take it all over space, going from star system to star system, and taking mercenary jobs from all sorts of different people, from petty dictators all the way up to the great.
Do each of those points have a level associated with them too?
And from there, you can also command your entire mercenary crew. There's Samiri; she's your navigator, and you command her and all of your mech warriors as you take your jobs and upgrade your ship.
I'm curious a little bit about the storyline in the single player.
Sure. So you're going to see in a few moments Lady Kamea Arano. She's a deposed ruler. Her throne was taken by her uncle, and you are going to jump in and help her regain her throne. Of course. It's been plunged, the whole space has been plunged into a bloody civil war.
And these, of course, are the tools of negotiation and diplomacy called battle mechs. And here in the mech bay, which is one of the key components of the Argo, you're able to customize the mechs, adding different
These
weapons,
menus are real thrilling.
changing out weapons and armor, heat sinks, all that kind of stuff. Yang here is your master of ceremonies. He's one of the key crew members, because fixing these mechs after you come back from combat.
The Warriors Rabbit Bunnies.
You're supposed to make money. Taking damage, you know, sets you behind.
Personally,
that's a
I
real
think
delicate balancing
the
act.
game I like the most so far at E3,
Could be a little difficult.
Absolutely.
as far as
Things
new
like,
games,
especially in this time in the
possibly
era,
Anthem,
where
actually.
parts are scarce. Battlefield salvage is
Because there hasn't been much yet.
and that also gets into, you know,
To be frank,
when you take out
Doom VFR kind of excites me too, because I like VR so
yeah,
much.
you want to hit them just hard enough to take them down. There's Lady Kamea Arano there.
But I think we'll start getting to the
person you work
stuff that really excites me probably during Sony and Nintendo, to be honest. Oh yeah, and A Way Out. How could I forget? Sorry, A Way Out was fucking awesome too. What the hell? I totally forgot that.
And there are the battle mechs.
Yes, now
Assassin's Creed Origins looks good too.
The combat itself, you're coming down from the Argo, you're descending into battle. Walk me through what we're seeing.
By all means. So BattleTech full 3D environment, and like a modern tactical game, the environment counts, right? Line of sight, sensors, cover. Even though you're, you know, friggin' 30-foot tall.
Some of the things they have going on here remind me of the modern XCOM games.
So soft damage. And so all of those are kind of core components of any modern game. And
Who do I think is winning E3 so far? It's not a competition.
You know, battle mechs aren't giant.
But I think I liked Bethesda's show the best.
Instead, they have 11 different armor locations. There's internal structure. They have the internal components, these critical slots filled with all sorts of important pieces. So what you're trying to do is strip off the armor from one location and then keep your facing to try and penetrate it, get to the juicy bits.
Yeah, I mean, I see this diagram at the top. It's reminiscent of the original tabletop game, which I actually played as a kid. And I mean, like...
As a kid, huh? Thanks, pal.
I mean, I understand that. You know,
yeah, Devolvers is in like a whole other category. It's hard to even rank Devolvers alongside the others because Devolvers was so killer.
And they lose those weapons.
And the back is really juicy and tasty too. You get around the back of a battle.
Metroidzard says, if you don't think life's a competition, you're the one losing.
I said that out.
This kid, this Metroidzard kid. This guy.
We'll allow
there you go. What you just saw there is Melee. One of the things we're really excited about. I mean, mechs were not only weapon systems; they're giant, you know, armored suits.
Yeah, probably Vinny Super G. Probably watched the Treehouse a little bit after the Nintendo's thing.
Or death from above, jump up and slam down on mechs. All that stuff is supported in this game. And
you really want to manage your heat too. You're walking, you know, these mechs. The pilots are sitting on a giant nuclear reactor.
Yeah, Ghost Like Mike says many people he follows are acting like Bethesda was the worst conference ever because of paid mods. And like after we read down the documentation provided last night, there's certainly more to it than just the line paid mods. I definitely feel like some of it's just going to be paid mods, but assuming it all goes as is laid out, it's actually genuinely going to empower creators to get their content to hit a much broader audience and stuff like that. There are benefits to what they were offering.
So much for coming out. Jordan, Mitch, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's actually like a big step from what the paid mods thing was gonna be back when it
game
first
you may
tried to
recognize
when they first tried to
from
make it
PC
happen.
Games past. To talk about it, we got Sonya in the mezzanine.
Thank you, Sean. Our next game is to come to us from our friends at Tales World Entertainment, and they have been working on an awesome open-ended action medieval RPG game, so I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get right into it. We're going to check out the trailer for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
Mountain Blade's pretty cool. Salt Shakers, they said that mods will remain their own thing. So your question of will it discourage mods that are fixes? I don't really think so. I think those will continue to be a thing. So this is pretty much what Mountain Blade is, right? You fight a bunch of medieval people. I mean, that's it. You fight a bunch of that's what it is, right? You fight a bunch of medieval people, and it's kind of janky, but that's kind of the appeal. I've watched a friend or two play it at back when I worked at Eidos, and I think that was pretty much exactly what the game was. Horses, I don't think are new. I'm pretty sure they were in the previous game. Yeah, well, this looks good. It does look quite fun, so. Man, this is like the jankest trailer, though, I gotta say. It's Berserk Simulator. Excuse me. No, I didn't see the Intel show because I don't think it's the first time we've had a hardware manufacturer, like a PC hardware manufacturer, have a show. And I think the last one who did it was AMD, and it fucking sucked. So I'm not surprised that Intel's show sucked. What are they gonna sell us? PC hardware. It's not. That would not thrill me at all. It's not for me. More than it sucks, it's not for me.
Total War Warhammer 1. It's Total War Warhammer 2. I'm joined by Al Bickham from Creative Assembly.
How you doing?
How's it going, Al?
Yeah, really good. Good to be here.
So tell me, what is it that's been going on since your announcement a few months ago?
Wait, there's a Linkin Park VR game that they announced?
The second game in our
You serious?
It's going to be every bit as big as the first game, but we're layering on.
Are you serious?
We're sort of doubling down
Hang on.
the stuff that made the first game so fun, which is
Intel partners with Linkin Park. Wow.
A whole range of new kind of gameplay extras.
Linkin Park VR experience coming.
4 new factions set across 4 new continents.
There's 4 new factions, is there?
Yep, 4 new factions, yep.
I thought there were 2 big ones we were talking about.
Whoa, that's fucking awesome. Oh, we'll be published in the Spatial Land app. Fuck, so I won't be able to play it. Damn, that's cool though.
The Dark Elves as well, and another 4th race which we have yet to announce.
Okay, but the Lizardmen looked amazing in the CG that they showed.
Talk to us a little bit about the High Elves and the Lizardmen.
Right,
yeah.
So
why is my taskbar? There we go. It's buffering. I didn't just pause it. Don't worry. It is just buffering, which is not helpful right now.
So they're both essentially working towards the same goal in the campaign game, which is to heal the Great Vortex, which is a sort of unique feature of the campaign map, which ties.
Yeah, the Skaven are not in this yet, Riggenstein.
Even those in.
Shit.
The Warhammer world with the same aims will inevitably come to blows at some point. So that's what we'll be showing today.
And we're going to be looking at what is called a quest battle between the High Elves and the Lizardmen. Walk us through a little bit of what we're about to see.
Okay, so this is we're about to show some footage from a quest battle for Krokgar, who's one.
Yeah, I do want to see this. Yo, Lord Krokgar is so fucking cool.
The Fallen Gates. So you'll see the massed Lizardman forces trying to oust the High Elves as they try and they're sort of meddling in an ancient power sight of the Lizardmen.
Yeah, don't fuck with Lord Krokgar. He rides a fucking Carnosaur and he'll kick your ass.
The Battle of the Fallen Gates.
Oh my god, did the game crash? No, okay, there we go. Yeah. I love the Lizardmen. They're my favorite. I had a 2,000 point Lizardman army earlier in life. I no longer have it, but at some point that was something I owned. Yeah, get fucking wrecked. Look at that. Look at that. That's a Carnosaur. You don't mess with that shit. Oh, that's it? Damn. I was hoping they'd show up for a little longer. I love the Lizardmen, like, mostly because of scaly skin. That was such a fucking good ability.
September 28th.
Just dodge damage at all times.
That is the first time I think we've got the chance to see that official release date.
Yep, we're announcing that today. We're officially out on the 28th of September. So we're available
That's soon.
for pre-orders now.
That's quite
with,
soon.
An early adopter bonus, which is really significant. Sort of bunch of new content for Warhammer 1. It's a new
Awesome.
race pack, in fact. So yeah, we're out this year.
Well, I want to take a step back, and I want to have you talk a little bit about what it was that we just saw.
Are there
in the
giant
Battle of the
spiders?
Fallen
There
Gates.
could be.
Right, so as I mentioned, this is a quest battle, and this is the Lizardmen versus the High Elves.
Right.
And this is what we've got playable here at E3 this week. So you'll be able to take control of the Lizardmen in that battle and experience that immense diversity. And
Yeah,
all the
natural
stuff
armor
that's
is
going
great,
on in your
Jester
army,
King.
because
That's
they're-
exactly it.
They're essentially an army of ancient spacefaring dinosaurs.
Mhm.
And they, small dinosaurs that ride big dinosaurs with Aztec space lasers, and it's playing with Warhammer.
Just dinosaurs all the way down.
all the way up and all the way down. Yeah. So and Warhammer gives us these toys to play with to make the game with. It's awesome.
Well, backing out of the battle, I know that the campaign map in Total War Warhammer was a big hit. What's going on with the campaign level in Warhammer 2?
So in Warhammer 2, we've got a ton of new campaign features which lead you to kind of explore and discover and gain new abilities and that kind of stuff. And it's
Man, I gotta say, this is really, like, it's fun to watch the footage,
are in tension right
but the people talking after just slow it down
We're also releasing a free update
so
for the game,
intensely.
which will bring the combined campaign map into play, which is the landmass from Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 together in a gigantic campaign map where you can play any of the
That's
races
awesome.
that you own from both games. Yeah.
Well, I understand you have presence here.
Cool,
at
thanks for that
E3,
link,
not
Joe.
just in
Let
this
me open
show,
that.
but also on the floor. What are players
Watch
going
that
to get
later.
a chance to play there?
Yep, so they can play the Battle of the Fallen Gates. We've got 2 difficulty modes, so a kind of starter difficulty mode and a
Yeah, it's been like this every year.
And they'll also get
This
to
is
see,
the
also
format.
rolling,
So
when you play it, you'll see the actual campaign map as well. We've put a video together that details loads of the new features in the campaign map, so you can actually see that in action as well. So if you get a chance, go play. It's really good fun.
Well, Al, I want to thank you for coming out and talking to us today
My
about
pleasure.
Total War Warhammer 2. Once again, feel free to check it out on the E3 floor, or if you're at home, there'll be tons of footage and updates about the
Like,
Battle of the Fallen Gates.
I appreciate
Now,
that
our
it's
next game is
slower
in the card
and
game
more
genre, a
like
genre where
information
no matter how hard
based.
I try, I wind up playing bad decks and having fun. Here to talk about the upcoming expansion for Shadowverse.
But the moment they start talking about a game that doesn't,
Hey
that's
guys, how's it
not
going?
like
Crane here.
something you're
Today I
interested
wanna
in,
talk
it gets
to you
real
guys
dull.
about Shadowverse. Shadowverse is one of the best card games out there because it
Shadowverse
basically
is cool.
just does everything right. Every time I log into Shadowverse, I have an amazing experience. I can play whatever deck type, whatever deck, whatever cards, anything I want to do. And of course, every time there's new cards added to the game, this whole thing gets forwarded and really the game gets so much richer. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the worldwide debut of the Wonderland Dreams trailer.
I just want to point out that entire video of him, he said nothing. He said nothing. That was just the hardest shill.
I have a book for thee.
There was no
like
content
no
to what he said.
Each page a window to a long-lost land, where fairy tales dovetail with myths.
I love
and
Side
witches
Games
give
art though,
birth to
seriously.
legends grand.
They have such nice art.
Knights and dragons, or wistful love. Within this book, all ambitions bloom. But be warned, my fickle friend. A dark abyss awaits us all. For blood-pricked roses wishes be.
Yeah, Cygames makes like Grand Blue Fantasy.
But fear not to bite life's fruit. For
These are their two biggest games, Shadowverse and Grand Blue Fantasy.
Is key.
Pretty sure.
With bated breath,
they didn't do White Cat Project, did they? I don't think they did.
Glory bound or purged in flame. The hand you choose defines your fate. So I ask you, is this really just a game?
More exclusive Japanese announcements than Microsoft.
Thank you, Cygames, and thank you, Crip. As you know, technology is an extremely important component to games, especially with the ever-increasing power of hardware and with new demands coming from VR. Here to talk a little bit about tech in games is the leader of the software development group at Intel. It's Doug Fisher. Doug,
okay, so here's your sponsored bit.
How you doing, Sean?
Hey, thanks for joining us, Doug.
It's great to be here.
I want to thank you, Doug, for coming out, and of course, thanks to Intel for sponsoring this event. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. And since Doug has a whole bunch of exciting stuff to say, I'm going to give the stage to Doug.
It's kind of a shitty thing of me to say. Like, Microsoft's whole conference is all about them.
Good morning, everyone. I am very excited to be here. And I'm very excited to talk to the PC gaming community about all the announcements we made this morning from Intel. I'm a software guy, you're the gamers. All these announcements are very relevant to everything we do. You know, 2016 was an amazing year by all measures in gaming.
By all majors.
The number of live streams in Twitch, over 2 million new live streams. Over 300 million esports enthusiasts. And look at the growth in VR. 2017 is going to be even more amazing. And why? Because of you. It's because of you in this room, the PC gamers. It's because of you on the broadcast. You are the ones that bring the innovation that we create. You drive us to innovate. You are on the edge of technology all the time with you. You have that instinct on what the new capabilities are that we need to deliver. And then you have this amazing, inclusive, and social environment. Young, old, male, female, tech, non-tech. Millions of people getting together, inspiring each other to immerse themselves in this environment. Now, it starts at Intel with amazing hardware technology. We've talked about the launch.
I don't want to sound like man shouting at clouds, but this sounds pretty circle jerky right there.
Now, you gaming enthusiasts will love the Core i7X overclocking capability. It's an amazing system. And you megatasters who want to game, create, stream will love the beast of them all, the Core i9 Extreme Edition. An amazing system for this environment. Now, as a software person, I love this environment. I love this hardware. Because why? It gives software people less time waiting, more time creating that amazing content. I work with over 1 million gaming developers to ensure they take full advantage of all that innovation we put on our platforms. Whether it's working on the caching algorithms or the high-density graphics or multi-core, it doesn't matter, all the different areas, the best-known methods. We ensure these millions of developers are making the most out of that platform, delivering the best content. Then we work to market that so that all the gamers out here.
Okay, but do you actually have a product to show?
Know the new compelling content.
You're literally telling me about marketing right now. What's your product?
And this is just an example of some of the titles we work with. I'm sure you recognize a lot of these titles. These are just a few examples, whether it's Halo Wars 2 or Overwatch, or in the VR space, where it's Arizona Sunshine or The Unspoken. We're working with all these content providers to ensure they take
Arizona Sunshine's pretty cool.
all those new capabilities. How many people have heard of Destiny? I couldn't be more excited to tell you that we work with Bungie and Activision to bring Destiny 2 to the PC. Yes, we're bringing it to the PC. Yes, bring it up.
We're doing this, us.
That experience is absolutely amazing.
Intel.
And I can't think of a better person to talk about how amazing that experience is than the full-time live Twitch streamer and YouTube broadcaster. Welcome on stage, Tefty Teft.
Wait, you couldn't think of a better person to introduce the game than a guy on YouTube?
Hey, Tefty.
Hey, Doug. How you doing?
Good. Great
Did you think about that for less than a minute?
So you really do live, eat, breathe, sleep, dream Destiny.
Because believe me, I wouldn't be that guy for any game. You know who's the best person? Someone making the game.
Completions. I've built my community around Destiny on Twitch, and I'm a co-host for, one of the founding co-hosts of Destiny Community Podcast, one of the biggest podcasts specifically for Destiny. So I know a lot about Destiny, and I play a lot of it.
He does.
Great. So when you play it, have you experienced it on the PC?
Take your word for it.
I have, yeah. I got to play it at the event. I got to say, the PC experience is amazing. As somebody who's played a lot of hours in Destiny, everybody knows how is it going to transfer, how's the experience going to go from console to the PC, are they going to actually be able to deliver? And I can say 100% sure that the PC experience is incredible. When I got to play it, I was blown away. I popped Dawnblade, used a mouse and keyboard, and rain and fire from above. It was amazing. You guys, if you're a fan of Destiny, you're going to love Destiny 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, is anybody out here going to be able to participate and play with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be on the it's going to be on the show floor. The other thing too is they've got tons of PC support as well that's being added to it. So 4K is going to be beautiful looking. It's got 21:9 ratio.
These are not new things he's saying.
For me personally, I'm going to be looking at
these is all known information
for FPS because it's going to be so nice. And yes, absolutely. On top of that, Bungie has told me something specific that
okay, here we go.
Exciting for the high CPU core count chips. They are optimizing the engine so it will take advantage of all the cores in your CPU. So if you do have
all of
i9
them.
Extreme,
Wow, that's a lot of cores.
You know, maybe hook me up. If you have an i9 Extreme, it will be able to take advantage of all those cores. That is that's great. As an enthusiast, PC enthusiast myself, I'm very excited about that potential for Destiny 2. I can't wait to run it out maxed with as many frames as possible.
Well, fantastic. You guys all
as
have
many
a chance
frames
to
as
take a look
possible.
At it. Maybe you and I can play later today.
That'd be great.
All right.
It's good. It's going to be on the E3 show floor. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Doug.
Amazing.
I love that. That experience. Nothing says it like that, right? All right.
Nothing says what like what?
It's about the top 8 list titles, but also it's about the broad set of developers we participate with. The independent developers. You can see examples of properties that they've developed. We want to make sure everybody's developing and creating content on the PC to create more and more opportunity to participate in that. We're inspiring these developers through a contest called Level Up. Take a look at the sponsors between
that
Intel,
cup looks terrible, but good.
Man Gaming,
good.
Epic,
This is a good initiative.
Sponsoring this event.
That cup looks abysmal,
we have
though.
Real luminaries judging, like Tim Schafer. Yes, Tim Schafer is going to be judging this contest.
Yeah, I heard you the first
time. The
time.
winner will be announced at PAX West in Seattle in September. I encourage you to participate. It's a great event. It's a great opportunity for independent developers to get involved and participate. And why do we care? As a software guy, why do we care? Because we want more and more content out there, more opportunities for games for others to participate.
Yeah, I hope Razer didn't make the cup.
On the PC.
You're totally right. It'll just break in their
So we
hands.
want lots of people participating on our platform so that the next big thing is built on top of the PC. And
yeah, Ozymandia.
everybody
Mixer is
here,
actually
all you
legit really
gamers,
cool as a streaming platform.
You can participate as well. I'm certain as you're participating in a game, you've thought of something new, unique that you'd like to bring to reality. This is your opportunity to be one of those developers as well, or at least influence one of those developers and create that amazing immersive experience, whether you're a gamer, content creator, or even esports. Now, speaking of esports, we had 2 exciting announcements today in the esports arena, pun intended. With ESL.
Sorry, what's the
first
pun?
being
Was there a pun?
we have a landmark deal with ESL. Intel is now the global technology provider for esports for ESL. That's great news for everybody in the gaming community because the latest technology will be used for the events, for the studios, the back-end operations, and the streaming capabilities during the event. You'll have the latest technology at those events.
Thanks, Intel.
Now, the thing I love about sports, and I'm a traditional sports admirer as well, is they have this tradition around these things called a Grand Slam, whether it's tennis, golf, rugby. They have a Grand Slam. And there's no reason we can't have that in esports. And that's why we're excited with Oculus, ESL, and Intel are sponsoring the Grand Slam event, Intel Grand Slam. And all these leagues getting together, and the first team to win 4 of the 10 events will be the Grand Slam winner. They'll collect their traditional prize, but in addition, they'll get another $1 million bonus for being the Grand Slam winner. $1 million. All right.
Wow. Gotta call that applause.
Excited about the announcement today around Echo Arena. They've taken this property and now are making it VR.
By Ready at Dawn on Oculus.
You guys see that announcement?
I did not see this announcement earlier. Show it to me.
Multiplayer VR experience and bringing it.
Ready at Dawn are a great, talented studio.
Platform. We're so excited about it at Intel, and we want so many people to start participating with it. We are sponsoring a deal in conjunction with Oculus to make this available with Oculus free of charge for limited time at launch. So all of you can play with this game free of charge starting July 20th.
If you got an Oculus headset, get in on that. Ready at Dawn's great.
And become an expert in VR gaming. Now I know when you become an expert, what do you want to do? You want to showcase those skills. Wouldn't it be awesome if you had an opportunity to showcase those skills? That's why we're super excited to work together to create the VR Challenge. With Intel, Oculus, and ESL, we're creating the VR Challenge.
Is this another
it's
cup?
A virtual challenge in the VR arena. And everybody's going to compete, and the end of it's going to be
they're going to have the Unspoken too. Cool.
At the Intel Extreme Masters, where the finals will be in 2018.
The Unspoken's a pretty cool game.
It's going to be a crazy event.
It's like competitive spellcasting.
I know everybody likes a challenge.
VR.
Everybody's excited about challenges. I'm going to give you a challenge all here today. Just participate in at Intel.
It's called the I9 challenge. Buy an I9,
and you'll have a chance.
And you're participating in the challenge.
3 great prizes: one from Oculus, one from Asus, and one from iBuyPower. You'll have a chance to win one of these prizes just by participating in this challenge. And don't dismay; all those will have Core i7 in the systems. So it's a great opportunity to play, participate, and bring up that challenge. So the future.
Wait, they all have Core i7s? I thought i9 was the newest one. Those all have Core i7s? Isn't an i9 the one you should? Am I misunderstanding that hardware spread?
We have amazing Intel hardware. As a software person, that helps me participate in creating amazing and compelling content and those new immersive experiences we all want to have. So the realm of possibilities are here now. An example of that is VR.
Yeah, I will check out Echo Arena. That does sound really cool.
Platform, Echo Arena.
I'm actually going to write it down because I actually really want to see that. Unfortunately, probably only on Oculus, so I won't be able to play it.
It was a pleasure to have you. Thanks for all the great announcements, and of course, thanks again to Intel for sponsoring this event.
My notepad is green.
Keep in mind, if you look
that
at the
doesn't
time,
really work,
we're not
does
even
it?
halfway done yet. We have all sorts of games still yet to be announced. So let's go ahead and look at what's to come.
Okay, show me a video game.
You're watching the PC gaming.
No, don't play a trailer. You're just spoiling your announcements.
Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. And a new game from Clay Entertainment.
Why are you doing this? Like, do you know your show is so slow in plotting that you need to keep showing trailers?
Time to take a look at an upcoming game up in the mezzanine.
And there's no intermission.
Sonia, how's it going,
Sonia? They just showed a trailer.
Thank you, Sean. So as a Firefox, this is a game that pulls on my heartstrings and does not let go. And I just want to hear more about it. And luckily, I've got the perfect person to talk to today. I am joined by Felix Kramer on the game formerly known as Secret Legend, but you've got some special announcements. I saw some secretive tweets from the Dicey Twitter account.
You did.
Do you want to talk about that?
Well, you're exactly right. We were known as Secret Legend, but today we're announcing our new name, Tunic. So you can head to tunicgame.com to find out more about that. And we're announcing that we're pairing with publisher Finji, who you may know from their incredible work on Night in the Woods.
I do know Finji.
So exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So I want to tell you, it wasn't just the fox that sold me on this game. I love the beautiful, charming graphics, and honestly, I just want to see more of it. Can we check out the trailer?
Let's do it.
This game's called Tunic. Wow, the main character is really cute. Nice physics on the grass there. Yeah, cute animations. Oh, this looks cute though. I like the movement speed. Oh, nice lock on. That's fun. This game's neat. The soundtrack, I don't know. It's a bit, maybe a bit too dreamy for me, but the game might just be more ambient sound rather than an actual soundtrack. Lots of bloom all over. That looks pretty neat. Oh no.
Thank you, Sonia. Now.
Oh good, we're fine.
Next title that we'll be talking about is honestly a huge surprise hit, having just surpassed 3 million sales. You may recognize it as one of the 3 most played and broadcasted games on Twitch right now. It's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I'm literally next to PlayerUnknown right now. Brendan Green, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
So he was over at Microsoft stage the other day announcing it for Xbox One.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I gotta say, it has been amazing to see the runaway success of your game. What's it been like for you?
Oh, it's been immense. I mean, really, the reaction we've
Remember that time Microsoft at E3 2014 played a trailer for Crimson Dragon with no audio? That was the fucking worst. Way to kill Crimson Dragon.
Well, I guess the joy of a
Microsoft murders own game live on stage.
Gotta learn to love the salt. Love it.
Well, I understand that even though a lot of people treat the game almost...
Yeah, I wish they hadn't spoiled this bit, because now it's like, well, I know they're just going to announce some DLC for it.
Talk to us a little bit about what's in store.
So we have, our focus at the moment is to sort of stabilize the game, get the servers up to spec, but also we have, you know, 2D, 3D replays planned for in-game replays. We have new weapons coming every month. So yeah.
Oh, look, their trailer just started playing
really
by mistake.
Get the game competitive and stable.
So suddenly fences are no longer the most impossible.
Morning, DJ Pontres.
Climb over them.
Yeah, yeah. So
oh shit, we got climbing.
Programmer Marek, he's done a really great job getting this system to be dynamic. So
that's an important system, because that's been missing.
Yeah, so in terms of jumping and vaulting, is it... yeah, vaulting. Is it sort of, when you say that it's dynamic, does this mean that the taller the obstacle, the more difficult it is to climb over?
Yeah, exactly, and it has different animations for each different thing, so vaulting, climbing. Now we also have weather, so...
One of my favorite
This is a lot more fun, guy narrating a trailer. That's more fun than before, which is watch long trailer, listen to long dialogue.
Our rain has been tweaked a little bit as well, and we also have our sunset coming in, so... This really, I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's
yeah, Scalebound is still real. It got re-announced yesterday at Microsoft's thing. Looks better than ever.
It just changed dynamic. Oh, so this is...
Oh, a new gun.
Yes. This is the OTS Groza. It's a 7.62 bullpup. Super powerful, crate only. Yeah, it's going to be a beast.
Crate only, huh?
Range, long range,
medium to...
Does that mean you have to spend money on it, or I can't tell?
Super powerful. Yeah. And then long range, it'll work as well.
And I remember before you came on the show, I asked, why did you put that gun in? And I think your answer was...
It just looks cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, we wanted to add a bullpup and we wanted to add something else to the 7.6.
Scalebound never got cancelled in the first place.
Spetsnaz weapon. Yeah, it just looks great.
It looks cool.
Scalebound's real.
Honestly. I want to come back to the weather effects. Obviously, they look beautiful. What are some of the impacts that you've seen on the gameplay with the new weather effects?
Well, it's just going to change the way you play. So it's not necessarily going to be, you're going to be sniping all the time.
Oh, it means it drops from crates mid-game. I see. Okay, neat.
Kind of CBQ type.
Sorry, I haven't actually played the game. Okay, that's cool.
To give you a bit of variety.
So everyone goes for them, yeah.
You've talked a little bit about what we've seen in the video, but talk to me about long-term. What's far down the line for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds?
So again, we want to finish out the platform and make it a good platform for all kind of game modes. You know, we will have modding down the line as well.
Yeah, I'm also playing Scalebound right now.
And it's just creating a stable platform. That's our aim here.
I understand that you're also working on new maps.
Yeah, so we have 2 new maps coming. One based in Peru, a desert map with sort of ruined cities with sandstorms and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then this other one in the Adriatic. So it has even a ruined cosmodrome in the center of the map with like snowfall, and I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been super involved with the community of regular players. What's in store for those people playing the game right now?
So as I said, we have our custom games. We have the 3D replays, which I'm really excited about because it allows you to watch your match back in the engine with a free cam and slow motion and stuff like that.
Which is great for content creators.
Exactly, right? So you can
content creators,
yeah, and it'll just give you a new way to create like machinimas and stuff like that within the game.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to bring up, because you were mentioning this a lot before you came on, you have all sorts of stability and performance fixes incoming.
Yeah, so like our focus this month is on our server performance and really getting that stable.
Yeah, big announcements. Better server performance.
But, you know, so last month our team's focus was on client performance, and we improved that broadly for a lot of people. And this month it's on server, so they've already found a lot of things to fix, and I'm excited.
That's great. I'm sure players will completely stop blaming anything on the game at that point.
Right.
They will accept responsibility for those losses then. Well,
that's kind of a good gag, though.
Thank you so much for coming out to talk about it. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, everyone.
As we get ourselves set up for the next game, we're going to head to the mezzanine with Sonia for a little bit of a giveaway.
Thank you, Sean. Sean is pretty cool, right? But you know what's a little bit cooler? A free PC. We're going to be giving away a badass PC from our friends at Intel. This bad boy is going to be rocking an i7 7700K processor.
But wouldn't an i9 be better?
And it's going to be running a
and this is sponsored by Intel.
It is worth more than $2,500.
Right?
If you want a chance to win,
right?
Head over to PCGamingShow.com/giveaway and put
or
in
am I
your
crazy?
information.
Do I not
Good
know how that
luck,
works?
And back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Sonia. And I am pretty cool, right? Jesus, thanks, audience.
Oh, man.
Woo!
Get sandbagged.
I didn't realize you could pinpoint the exact time and date a career died.
They can't afford to give away an i9.
There's all sorts of great stuff in store for you.
Oh, i9 is new. Okay, yeah, okay. No, then I am crazy. Okay, no worries. I just don't know, so
and I'm joined by creative
that's
director
totally fair.
Bill Monk. Pleasure to have you, Bill.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Good to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you.
As always.
All right.
You guys have been busy. Congratulations on the recent release of Rising Storm 2.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a realism FPS. We just released it 2 weeks ago, and the fan reaction's been really positive. Really happy about that, and we want to thank everyone who was part of the beta phases that helped shape the game in a real positive way. And be sure to check out the Trello boards, see what we're up to, and we're actually already really busy working on some new content. So stay tuned.
Check out our Trello.
I know
Dang.
people know you from
really get in there.
Too, but especially this year, there's so much to talk about. I mean, last year you announced Killing Floor, Incursion, the VR Killing Floor. How's that been going?
Oh, that's been going awesome. You know,
I'm still waiting for this game to come to PSVR because it seems really cool.
Second wave games to come out for VR, and we've learned a lot. And we're really, really excited. We think we have one of the best products.
I would really like to play it.
It's scary as hell. You can play it.
I don't know if I could handle it.
I think they announced it last year.
And
here.
We're really excited to release it. So stay tuned on that.
That's awesome. Now, the big thing I know you wanted to talk about today was a little bit of content coming down the line for your big game, Killing Floor 2. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, when we released Killing Floor 1...
Yeah, Killing Floor is good.
Really
Wide
on the map was
absolutely.
Our time seasonal events.
Right.
And when we released Killing Floor 2, people were always clamoring and asking, you know, when are you guys going to do that for Killing Floor 2?
Reasonable enough.
Well, we're super happy to announce the Summer Sideshow coming out this year.
Well, I'm eager to show everyone this footage. This trailer makes me laugh every time. Let's go ahead and take a look at Killing Floor 2's Summer Sideshow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tragic Kingdom Amusement Park. Come on down and play Find Mini Dookie, Feed the Pound, Dunk the Float, and Pop the... What? Was that a real head? Trade for festive clown makeup, colorful hats, and dozens of other items. Carnival rewards are only available for a limited time. See the adorable pinhead and marvel at the mighty strong pound. Oh, what is wrong with him? Hear the bearded beauty, the siren from Fiji. I think I'm gonna be sick. Backed by popular demand. Come see Pukey the Clown and the Monkey Man. Why does the monkey have a chainsaw? Find romance in the Tunnel of Love. Swing on the Queen of Chains. Look at the... Ow! Scream on Pound Mountain! Oh, but that's not safe! See the death-defying fire stunts of Dr. Infernum's pyrotechnic emporium!
I can't say I'm blown away by this.
Why is that person on fire? Earn new achievements and try out the new HC-12 shotgun and tactical lever-action rifle! Why do you need a shotgun at a carnival? I don't care, it's unlockable! Why does the carnival cleanup crew need hazmat suits? No, I'm done. This is a horror show. I'm getting out of here. If you can hear this, run!
Warning.
mean, I know it's a horror theme, but there's some great humor in this.
Oh yeah, I mean, seasonal events are
Yeah,
definitely
great
fun to
humor.
work on. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, we can just go crazy and go goofy. You know, we got clowns.
Hashtag great humor.
You got the
fat
monkey
clowns.
that bangs
Get
the
that in there.
cymbal with a
Monkey with
chainsaw
chainsaw.
instead.
This is indeed a video
Magicians on
game.
Stilts, bearded ladies. You know, we got it all.
Tell me a little bit about what is the gameplay? What's some of the stuff that people can experience in the summer sideshow?
So it's a limited time event. It's only going
Right.
to last for 1 month. So all this crazy stuff you're seeing here, it's 1 month.
Yeah.
And there's over 50 cosmetic items that people can gain from playing it totally free. All the Zeds have been replaced. All the voices have been redone. We also have mini games that are, you know.
God, it just looks
Yeah, I
so
saw the
plain.
Carnival games right at the start of the trailer.
Yep.
We had our artists do the most plain take on zombies in an amusement park.
It's the weekly outbreak.
Yeah, I saw the weekly outbreak
Like
at
cripes.
the end of the trailer. What's the weekly outbreak about?
So each week, new gameplay mode comes out with new challenges for the player. We have one. It's starting out with Cranium Cracker, and that's a.
I mean, Killing Floor's art has never been
Yeah,
its
yeah, exactly. And then we have another
strong
one called
point. I
Tiny
mean,
Terror, where
technically
every time
it's
you shoot a
there,
Zed, they
but
actually shrink.
like
They become like
artistically,
little
the actual aesthetics
which
are
is
always
really
like
crazy, and when
bland
the
as all heck,
players get hit,
and
they
this is
shrink
like,
too.
yeah, this is not.
So I mean, that's
not
just
pushing
two of
it.
them. We have 8 total, and it's over 2 months worth of content.
No, it does make sense that they
And
bring
they're
back the
really hard
carnival
to
from the
beat, but if
first
you
game
beat it,
because
you
it
get
was
really
popular,
cool,
but
like, precious items and stuff like that.
So of course I
yeah.
have to ask.
I mean,
when
I'm
can
not
people
gonna
play
say
it?
it's not fun. Killing Floor 2
Actually,
is
you can
fun,
play it tomorrow,
but
and it's free on Steam all week.
Easy.
Yep. So you got no excuse not to try it.
Well, I mean, what if people are here at E3?
Oh well, they can play here.
Can
too.
I fast
Oh boy,
forward?
that
Nope.
was set up on my.
I'll let you know when to look up from your phones,
yeah,
though.
whereabouts is it at on the E3 floor?
Excuse me.
That's at the PC Gamer Show.
Oh, that's right. It's at the PC Gaming Show booth. We have our own booth here at E3.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad that 2 of you are
Yeah.
very excited to hear that.
The first of many, right? This is going to
Yes.
become a tradition.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of the budget, so yes, of course. Well, I want to say, Bill, thank you so much for coming out. Congrats
Absolutely,
on all the projects and the progress. Bill Monk from Tripwire
Thanks, Dan.
Interactive.
Thank you.
Cheers. Let's head back up to the mezzanine for a little bit of social with Sonya.
This year's PC Gaming Show is being broadcast on more platforms than ever before.
Show me
We are
Ooblets
on
again.
Steam,
Put
we are on
Ooblets back on the
Facebook
screen.
and Twitch and Mixer. We are all over the place. This is awesome. And guys, if you're on Mixer, you gotta sweet talk the mods a little bit. Be kind of nice to them because they're going to be giving away games throughout the entire show. Unfortunately, no free games for day 9. But sorry. Back to you, Sean.
Wow, funny joke.
I'll happily buy them. Yay, video games!
Okay, that's a decent
now, if any
follow-up,
of you
though.
got the chance to see the conferences leading up to today, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. In particular, Microsoft has had a whole slew of games people are pumped for, including
Yeah,
some
so they're going to talk about
that
some
will be at
games on the
this show,
Windows 10
starting
game
with
store.
The first ever incarnation of Forza Motorsport coming straight to PC. It's Forza Motorsport 7. Joining me to talk
Mixer
about
is Microsoft's
the
new
creative director of
streaming
Forza
platform.
Motorsport from Turn
It's
7,
actually
Bill
really
Giese.
good.
Come here, Bill.
Like, no jokes, it's actually really, really good.
Yeah,
It's got some
Bill,
UI issues right
congratulations.
now,
Thank you.
but it's
announcement yesterday must have been
very
really exciting
capable,
for you guys.
and it's got a lot of
Big
cool
announcement.
features.
We revealed a car to the world.
Not an in-game car.
Stop talking about the car. Oh my god!
Car shows like Geneva.
Stop talking about the car.
We revealed a car here at E3, the Porsche 911 GT2 RS, to the world yesterday.
They're so excited about it, they're going to talk about it at other conferences. I'm half expecting this guy to be taken off the stage at Sony's conference because he won't stop talking about the car.
Hyper-realistic racing.
Forza Motorsport
If you missed the Microsoft press conference, they showed off a real concept car, and it was like its first unveiling anywhere in the world. And they talked about it for like 5 minutes on stage.
The cars, we have over 700 cars.
Okay, they're already done talking about the car, thankfully. But shit.
What are some of the things that you've done to bring that experience to PC?
The Porsche.
Going to PC has been awesome. Not only will it have mouse and keyboard support, but with multi-USB, we have every
Yeah, get that
fan
mouse and
requested
keyboard
wheel on
support
the
for your
market.
driving.
And it's been exciting for the team.
That's a lot of
It's a
USB
lot of
devices.
WASD is so good for driving.
We brought in any USB device we had, and we played on a Guitar Hero guitar.
Yeah,
and
USB
a
devices,
DDR
though, of
pad.
course.
Now, you're not
For
going to
sure.
do that, obviously.
That's
but
not how
that's
real
not
racing
racers do
works.
it.
That's not the hyper-realistic part.
But whatever you have in your closet, plug it in, you're ready to go.
Great,
Now,
good.
what about for low-end
Hopefully
PCs?
that device
Obviously,
support
a lot
is
of people
good.
who are on budget devices. I mean, what about for them? What's the optimization been like?
Well, it's been great. Going to the high end of 4K, unlock frame rate, 21:9, but we've also lowered our min spec as well to include i5. And no matter where you play, it looks and plays great.
And speaking of looking and playing great, you're here at E3.
They
and I
lowered their
understand you
minimum
have some
spec. That's cool.
out-of-control rigs that people can
Good on
actually
them.
play the games on.
Absolutely. Come by the show. We've got 2 hydraulic rigs in 4K on ultra 4K
Hydraulic
PCs.
rigs? You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, bring a vomit bag and come on and check it out. It looks awesome.
Well, awesome. Bill, thanks so much for sharing with us.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I'm incredibly excited.
How done am I with
of all the
cars?
stuff Microsoft's
10.
doing. You just got the chance to
I'm
look
so
at
done with
Forza,
cars.
and now coming onto the
You know,
stage
they're going to
and
show Gran
replacing
Turismo Sport at
Bill
Sony
with
stage,
Ted
for
Timmons,
sure.
who's the PC design lead at Rare to talk about
But
Sea of Thieves.
at least they're not going to show a real car, right?
Hey, Sean.
Ted Timmons,
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. It's a pleasure. So, Ted, talk to me a little bit about what is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, so we feel like we've made the pirate game you've always wanted. When you think about sailing around the open seas, you and your crew of crewmates, basically it's Pirates of the Caribbean meets the Goonies.
What are some of the things that
Gosh,
you're
if they played the
showcasing
same
here at
7-minute
E3
trailer
today?
today
Yeah, so for
again,
anyone who didn't see the briefing yesterday,
that'd be
we
awful.
showed off great new features like riddle map storms and firing yourself out of cannons.
A common pirate pastime.
Yeah, pretty known.
Now, I had to ask the same question to Forza Motorsport. What are some of the things, some of the features that you've added in to focus on the PC experience?
Yeah, so we've got things like 4K, unlocked frame rates, or everything you expect, but we've also brought our gameplay footage in 21:9 as well, my personal favorite.
Your favorite resolution,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
one of the top 3 favorite resolutions
Yeah,
of
it's probably
yours?
there with 32:9 and 16:9 as well, probably.
So, tell me a little bit more about the PC version. Obviously, it's probably a challenge to try to develop for 2 different devices at once.
Yeah, so we decided to change our approach to the game. We're actually building both versions in parallel because we felt that's how we deliver the same game on the same day.
Well,
So
yeah, that's just how
that's
just how games are made.
I feel it's really important just to build them together from the very beginning.
Just one single code path.
One single code path, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know a whole lot of people here are curious to get their chance to play it. Is there an official release date or an opportunity for them to play it?
Yeah, so we're coming to both platforms in early 2018, but right now we have a technical alpha. You're welcome to come sign up. We have thousands of PC players playing already. So yeah, come join us, seaofthieves.com.
Once again, Ted Timmons.
Awesome, thank you very
from
much.
Rare, thank
What
you.
are your PC features? Well, the resolution and the frame rate. And that's standards, you know? Like,
Now,
that's
this
like, what are your
next title
console
is one I
features? Well, we
personally-
use the DualShock 4 controller. You know, like, this is like standard stuff, you know?
Very, very excited about, given the fact that when I took one look at the trailer, the striking visual style just grabbed me. It's an evolution of Cyberpunk, a game called The Last Night. Here to talk about it is the creative director at Odd Tales. Join me in welcoming Tim Sauret.
Hello,
Pleasure,
Sean.
Tim.
Hello.
This guy's from France, I'm pretty sure.
Welcome.
Pleasure for me.
Thanks for coming out. Let's ask the obvious question. What is The Last
So this guy's got a really, really
It's not
cool
what
looking
we call
game.
A cinematic platform, which means it's not a game like Mario where you have to jump from platform to platform.
He said some pretty sketchy stuff that I don't agree with on Twitter a little while ago. So
Platform,
Yeah.
but
Let's
you know,
see.
it's more story-driven. It's more reminiscent of old classics like Another World, Flashback, or Oddworld even.
Oddworld, I was going to say, it reminded me quite a bit about it. And I saw that you guys had the big announcement reveal at Microsoft yesterday. I mean, that trailer was such a hit. It blew up. What was that like for you guys?
Yeah, we are obviously super happy with the trailer reception. It's been absolutely incredible. Now, of course, I have some concerns I want to address.
basically, the game takes place in a world where what he said was modern feminism won, and his tweet was accompanied with hashtag Gamergate.
You know, I am embarrassed by some tweets I made in the past.
He was talking about it.
I want to apologize for those. They do not in any way represent who I am today or what The Last Night will be about.
Well, let's talk about what the game is.
See, and now he's saying it doesn't represent what The Last Night will be about, which completely conflicts with what he said on Twitter. So,
I know
which
the
is
setting
it?
of the last night is super important to the character of the game. Tell me, where are we right now?
I want you to imagine a world where machines are surpassing us in every possible way, you know.
Right.
So not only physically, but also intellectually, emotionally, even creatively.
So in a sense, like any job that you could possibly imagine, an AI does better.
Absolutely.
Including being a host for a PC gaming show.
Including that.
Well, I imagine, thank you, this one person who is also excited about the booth. Now,
Damn, what the fuck's up with the internet? Shit, man.
in terms of this world, this must give a kind of sense of
Shit, what the fuck? Is their show just down? Okay, we gotta watch an advertisement apparently. Yeah, honestly, you know, I see a lot of people saying that was stuff he said back in 2014. And yes, he could totally be a different person right now, but I have a hard time having any sympathy. Whether or not intents were noble, the actual results of Gamergate hurt a lot of close friends of mine personally who are women in the industry who were attacked personally despite the fact that they had no public standing and just on the basis that they were women working at game companies. So I really don't have any sympathy for it. So, you know. And I know I'm clearly referring to extremists. There's extremists in every circle. But I don't have sympathy for that. So
on the very first night, you know, and what you do also is remember.
So if I'm just in a conversation and just walk away in the middle of it,
yeah, they will remember it.
They'll remember. Like 2 days later,
yeah,
they'll be
absolutely.
angry.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fast. That must add a huge amount of replay.
Fuck. Hang on a sec. Give me a second. Let me.
Since the world is just changing based
yeah,
upon
we're taking a lot of pleasure to hide a lot of stuff in the city, and we hope the community will have fun to figuring that out collectively. So yeah.
Well, again, I love the art style. I love.
I don't know what's going on with the internet
Thank
here.
you so much, Tim.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm looking forward to it. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
We can try switching to YouTube or something.
Once again, that's oddtales.net for more information about the last night. Now, this next game surprised me. I'm sure it will surprise you because of its style. It's from the makers of Arma, the realistic military simulator, and DayZ, the zombie survival game. This one has a much
Gamer
more
Forever.
tone, though. Let's look at the next title from Bohemia Interactive.
Whatever. Now it actually seems to be going. Okay. Well.
It was the mother of all storms. But somehow I just knew everything was going to be.
Oh, that looks very different from what Bohemia normally makes.
Well,
kind of reminds me of Sea of Thieves a little. Fuck.
Stranded on a desert island is a lot of fun.
Does anyone have a link to the Mixer stream?
You get to meet new friends. You get in shape. And you learn how to craft.
Oh yeah, crafting! Woo!
And because it's your land, it won't take long before you call that place.
This is a link for PC Gamer right here.
A home. But that's just the beginning, because here, you can do anything.
It doesn't look bad, but it also doesn't really look special, this game. Like, nothing about this is jumping out at me as anything special. Oh, maybe there's some design dungeons. If there's like design dungeons, then that's kind of cool, actually. And that's something that jumps out as kind of unique. Man, look at this pre-rendered not combat. Let's try this shit out.
Yeah.
Nope, it's still stuttering over here too.
About exploration and finding out how things work, about creativity and
Well, fuck. That sucks.
imagination. And just like Arma or Daisy, we're trying to create a platform.
Okay, this is gonna be unwatchable if it's like this.
To connect players with each other
Yeah.
when they play online or when they create something new and share it with.
No, I'm not. I'm not downloading anything.
And I know
All my
that
devices
modding
are like literally unplugged.
A legendary part of Bohemia's history.
Like I literally
What are some of
made
the
sure to
lessons that
unplug
you've learned
everything.
from-
PC Gamer's not even streaming from their own YouTube. I can always go back to Twitch though.
In the initial trailer, like those are the ones that you're referring to.
Yep.
That is.
God, I'm really sorry, guys. This is awful. No, I am using an Ethernet cable. That's
treasure, and yeah, they are setting the explosives.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I want to ask about. I know you guys are here at.
we're not missing up much anyway, so whatever.
I know you guys
but
are here at E3. What are some of the things that players can get their hands on at this event?
Okay.
Well, we'll be showing
Now, hopefully, we're gonna work.
some of the games that we created with the Ylands game editor.
No, not even.
But at the same time, we'll be showing how they can use the editor to create those games.
That's awesome. And I mean, I know there's a way for people to play right now. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, they can.
Is that really awesome, Day 9? Like, I feel like I've seen tons of games doing this kind of stuff. Nothing about this really strikes me as particularly special, to be honest.
This year we are coming to Steam Early Access.
That's awesome. And remember, that's ylands.com with a Y. We're good. You can remember that. So I want to say, Alish, thank you so much.
And like, it doesn't look explicitly awful or anything. It's just,
And of course,
just nothing about it looks special, you know. I hope they show Mario Rabbids Battle Kingdom at Ubisoft today. Might be at Nintendo tomorrow though.
world exclusive is going to be up in the mezzanine with
For some reason, this thing doesn't want to disappear.
Thank you, Sean.
There we
I am
go.
so honored to be a part of this world
It'd
exclusive.
be cool if
reveal
Ubisoft showed
from
another
developers
another
Clay.
Switch title,
You might
Beyond Good and Evil
recognize- you might
2,
recognize their name from
or another
games like
VR
Don't
title as
Starve
well. Be down
or
for
Don't
that.
Starve Together for lonely folk like
Yeah, okay,
myself.
Clay. Okay, we got
And
Clay.
last
We
year
got
at
Clay.
PC Gaming Show, they actually revealed
got
their
Clay.
sci-fi colony sim game, Oxygen Not Included. And this year they are back, and they are back with a bang. And I am so excited to reveal their upcoming sci-fi RPG game. It is called Griftland.
Griftland, okay. Boy, I wish they hadn't shown like a teaser for this earlier, because we already knew that this game was coming. Putting teasers in your fucking conference is like so stupid. I don't agree with that at all. And Clay's great. So, is it an RPG? Is it an action game? I'm a little unclear. It's a good name though, Griftlands. You just get to be like a squad of grifters.
I absolutely love clay games and can't wait the chance to try Griftlands. Now, this next title is an interesting one because I'm not someone who plays many VR games, but I got a chance to check this
Yeah,
one
okay,
out
let's go VR.
several months ago.
Let's go.
I was immediately hooked, so I can't
Looked
wait
like
to
an
talk
RPG
about
to
it
me,
with
yeah.
the creative director from Ready at Dawn. It's Rue.
Oh yeah, we got Rue on the stage.
Welcome, Rue.
This guy's great.
It's good to have you here.
And yes, we're gonna see Echo Arena, right?
Rue.
Or is it Lone Echo?
I've gotten the chance to play Lone Echo, but a lot
Oh,
of
Echo Arena is the multiplayer version. Lone Echo is the single player. Lone Echo is fucking sick. Check this game out.
Lone Echo is a single player experience in
This is
VR,
Oculus
where you play
exclusive.
a cybernetic AI on a mining station in the rings of Saturn, and basically in the game you're allowed to move in 0G freely. You can interact with everything inside the environment, and also you'll see that you have an NPC that you can interact with. You can use your hands basically to go everywhere you need to go.
So you're in 0G, and you use your hands to move yourself everywhere, because you just... It's perfect for VR.
It was really amazing to move that way. I've never seen this before.
Exactly. I mean, that's basically where the genesis of the project was. We built the mechanic to build the game. So the mechanic was this idea that came from watching ISS space station astronauts, moving around, and we just basically made this motion that allows you to navigate using your hands just like you would use your legs.
So it's been a few months since I got the chance to play. What's been happening in terms of the single player? Here you got some fancy new voice actors lined up.
Yeah, we did actually. When we wrote the story for it, we actually had an actor in mind, somebody that a lot of people out there know, Troy Baker, and Troy decided to take on the role for the AI.
And of course, another thing that we get the chance to talk about is the multiplayer component to Lone
Echo Arena.
Echo Arena, Rue.
Show me this. I haven't seen Echo Arena.
Basically, it's a futuristic VR sport where you play, 10 people play in 2 different teams to get a disc inside each other's goals.
Now, you might be a little bit confused as how exactly that works, but don't worry. We're going to take an even closer look at what the gameplay is like for Echo Arena.
Yeah, that kind of movement is the exact kind of thing that really works around motion sickness for sure. It still requires the player to have a good understanding of how that kind of movement works to not get completely sick. But yeah, that's a kind of movement that works very well for anti-motion sickness purposes.
Passes go farther. Strikes hit harder. Stakes get higher. And victory tastes sweeter.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this multiplayer component, but the single player is fucking cool, that's for sure.
In the Echo Arena.
I guess it's just looking at the gameplay, I have a hard time understanding how smooth it plays and stuff. Oh, but Lone Echo looks so fun. I'd really like to play it one day. And since you got Robot July 20th, damn, that's really soon.
We are
Congrats
up
to
here
them.
with Echo Arena in action as some of the Ready at Dawn developers are playing against each other. So, Doug, welcome back.
One of the cool things about that game is you have buttons on your wrists and stuff, and you can
VR,
turn on your laser and shit just by pressing the buttons. Real cool. Don't tell us more about the Grand Slam event.
So tennis,
Please don't.
golf, rugby, they have their Grand Slam. Now we have it at esports. So with Intel,
Did that guy just drop his controller?
We now have our Grand Slam, which is really exciting.
That's awesome. That's exciting. So I'd like to know a little bit more about Intel's involvement with this game.
You know, we've been involved working closely with the best VR developers for a long time, and I'm excited to work with Ready at Dawn as they're delivering the next second-generation VR game. They've been an ideal partner to enhance that experience to scale to the most performant CPUs like the i7 and i9.
That's amazing. So I was really excited to hear about your announcement earlier.
Yeah, Ready at Dawn, Intel, and Oculus, we announced that Intel is sponsoring a free release of Echo Arena to all Oculus Rift users when it launches on July 20th.
That's really legit. That's really cool, actually.
And this is because we want
if you got an Oculus, get in on this. It's probably good. I mean, I have good faith in Ready at Dawn.
Behind us, the gamers behind us, as you see, that they try and experience the future of VR and esports.
So, speaking of esports, I would really love to hear more about Intel's involvement with esports.
Intel has a long history as a leader in esports. We worked with companies like ESL for the Intel Extreme Masters. And we're excited about Echo Arena and the growth of VR esports. And that's why we're expanding our partnership with ESL and Oculus to launch the VR Challenge League. It kicks off in July, and it features Echo Arena and the Unspoken. And it gives esports enthusiasts the opportunity to compete in VR at key upcoming events, with the finals happening in Poland in 2018 at the Intel Extreme Masters.
Okay, well that sounds kind of awesome. Well, thank you, Doug. I cannot wait to play this game. It's going to be coming out July 20th, and you can pre-order it right now in Rift or
Cool, thanks for that info, Ninto. Ninto seems to be confirming that Griftlands is an RPG.
Thank you, Sonia. And once again, I got the chance to play Lone Echo, and I want to stress, you just have to play it.
Now, only E3 today, Pek Decembra.
Especially mind-blowing. So once again, that's Lone Echo. Our next guest announced a game 2 years ago under the title Project Blue Streak, and we now know it as
Oh, cool. So Cliff
LawBreakers.
Blazinski.
Here to talk about not just gameplay, but cold, hard dates is the CEO of Boss Key Productions himself, Cliff Blazinski. Welcome to the stage.
Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, huge.
Now, Cliff, I know that you guys in the past have been doing a lot of alphas and betas. How have those been going?
They've been going well. The alpha,
Oh, that's
it
cool,
was
Angry
all
Hoogs.
right, and then the first beta was good. The second beta was great. We're doing our final closed beta June 28th. If you have a key, sign on to Steam, download the latest update. And then we're doing our Rise Up event, which is a full open beta June 30th.
I saw
Hop
this
online,
at
play the game, let us know what you
PAX
think.
Prime last year.
what it has
Did look
been
very
like
good.
to have people
Not
play
Super
the
Mario
game
kind of game,
and
but
feedback
did look
on
very
those
good.
betas. How has that shaped the experience?
Well, a lot of developers.
He looks
and
really
publishers,
different
they do these kind of bullshit marketing betas
with his
where
beard
you're
and
like,
stuff.
Oh, it's our beta and the game's out next week. I'm like, that's not really the case. You're not going to be able to fix anything. So for our game, we found that the Warhammer shotgun was way too spammy. Overcharge wasn't that exciting, so we sped that up a little bit and we sped up the characters. We took actual feedback and we're integrating it into the game.
And these are more than just balance changes. I imagine that speeding up the pace of things creates a pretty different balance dynamic across the board.
Yeah, I mean, you change one thing, it's the butterfly effect. It affects everything else. And is the game going to be balanced on launch? No. That's why we need people's feedback. Play the game, see what characters are overpowered, underpowered, and then we'll introduce new characters and reshuffle the deck.
And I know that it can't be in beta forever, so Cliff, tell us when it's out.
Can I get a drum roll?
Audience, go! Do a thing!
So the game is finally dropping on August 8th.
August 8th,
PC
cool.
and PlayStation 4.
They've been working on this for a long time.
$29.99. None of that $60 multiplayer only bullshit.
I remember,
And
2.5 years ago going to a talk that Cliff Blazinski held in Montreal about like early concept for this game and stuff. So it's nice to get to see it all the way through now.
Shows. Let's take a look at some people who got the opportunity to play LawBreakers, and we'll have them speak for themselves.
Oh, the speed of this game is intense.
1,000 decisions a minute. This is hardcore PvP.
Your instincts take over. It's primal.
It's exhilarating. Full frontal f***ery. A million miles an hour.
Literally from every angle.
I was shaking after the matches ended. It was like a high.
One of the fastest games that I've ever played.
Are you ready for another one? I'm like, I just need a minute, man. I'm shaking. I'm shaking over here.
I think the thing people are going to find in this game the most enjoyable is simply how difficult it is.
There's a pretty impressive skill gap. You can't just sit down and dominate within an hour or two.
Practical skill required, precision aiming, the ridiculously fast movement.
Mechanically, it requires a lot of aim, a lot of vision and game sense. It's a twitch shooter. It's how a twitch shooter should be. The action is going to press you, and if you don't...
God, the game's so hot, like so fast, it's ruining the bitrate.
I think team comp is definitely a huge thing for this game.
As we're flying around in zero gravity, you know, it's kind of a new situation for us. How do you keep up with your tank and protect them and heal them, also protect your healer and peel off them, while DPS is still being affected?
The zero-G stuff is still pretty nuts in this game.
It gets crazy very quickly.
The gravity is the biggest thing because that adds so much verticality, and you combine the different movement systems of each character, where some characters have teleports and some characters have dashes. This gets really wild and insane.
Now, literally anywhere you look is potentially an attack point.
I am literally under the map, saving myself from a grappling hook, whipping myself into the air, shooting at anyone below.
You need to check every possible corner. People are going to fly you with jetpacks, they're going to fly at you with double swords. You're going to have
someone that could just jet up in the sky, and all of a sudden now you have to worry about getting up there.
There's some abilities that I just haven't seen before.
Medic role is actually phenomenal. It was battle medic, they call it. So it's not one of those medics where you have to sit back.
What's that? There's another audio feed in the background going.
Slaying, killing
with the rest of my team while keeping them alive.
Wraith's got a really good one. With the sliding and the jump into 0G, that's great. Getting like through the map that fast is ridiculously fun.
I've been using the Vanguard to drift off the side, so I've been coming up behind the
I mean,
enemy.
game still
It
looks
took,
good.
like 3-4
Ain't much to say about it.
On.
With the
Seen so much
gunslinger,
footage about it,
it's
so
a very precision character, so just spinning around and popping someone in the head real quick, it feels great.
The game is just aggressive all the time.
And this game gives you so much variety of motion.
I never felt more tested.
It makes you think in a completely different way.
The fastest speed I've ever seen in my life. Crazy when you're playing it.
Yeah, I heard the count there, the 3, 2. Yeah, they had the audio feed like on those microphones still.
This bad boy is running an i7 7700K processors, a lot of 7s in there, and an NVIDIA GTX 1080. It's worth more than $2,500.
Fuck, am I watching video in arcade top 10? Like, Christ, I get it. There's a contest.
Giveaway and put in your information. I think it could run Crysis at max settings. What do you think, Sean?
Good joke.
I think it can, Sonya, and I also think that it can run our next title. I am a master of transition. Our next game
not
is
terrible
from
joke.
Chucklefish, the wonderful folks who helped bring you Stardew Valley and Starbound. Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Wargroove.
Oh, Wargroove. Wargroove's neat. I was looking forward to purchasing this on my Nintendo Switch. It looks kind of nice, actually. I like some of the CO designs. Audio mixing on this trailer is weird. No sound effects. Yo, you gotta have your sound effects, boys. I don't like that. The audio just like having the music track over the video. That's boring. Yeah, it's basically Fantasy Advance Wars, that's it. Look at that map that I swear existed in Advance Wars. Battalion Wars 3 never. I liked Days of Ruin. I did. I thought it was a good game. Is this game available on GBA?
Wargroove. Today, we're
Boy, that'd
not
be
just
fun.
going to get a chance to talk about the game, but we will be seeing the editor in action, a live demo on stage. I'm joined by Jay Bayless and Doris Karaskotsa.
You know, it's exciting for them to get to show off their stuff. That's great for them, good PR opportunity. But watching them, like, getting to watch them use the editor doesn't sound too thrilling.
Definitely kind of inspiration.
Because I kind of think we know how the editor
Wargroove
works.
is a turn-based tactical strategy game. It's a game about starting to build up your resources every mission and push forward into your enemy territory and just kind of dominate the map.
Well, lots of Yggdrasil Union fans in the chat. Dang, that's crazy.
Gameplay mechanics. So we're bringing it into the modern age. We've got online play, mod support,
Hey, Sergeant
and
Goat Milk.
content creation as
I'm
well.
doing good.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we're
Tired
going
today,
to
though.
look at
Stayed up
today.
too late.
Doris, who's operating the PC right now, tell us what it is we're looking at.
So what we're looking at today is the world map of Wargroove, and this is our campaign editor. So these are the tools we use in-house to create Wargroove campaigns, and we're shipping them with the game so players can create their own scenarios. So I've been placing down map markers, and each of those represent a mission, and then you link them together to create the path through your campaign.
And I know that one of the things you wanted to talk about was the branching path element.
Yeah, so you can have branching path, obviously.
I mean, I've
and
played
the
Yggdrasil
cool thing
Union.
with
It's
that
cool.
is every branch can have
I wouldn't
missions.
stream it. I've already done it.
So,
But
for example, let's say you get a high score in a mission, and that
come on, Windows 10 update. Come on, Windows 10 update.
Or you could have a secret path that triggers based on some event in the mission.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's hop into one of the missions and get that one started. And Jay, walk me through what it is that we're taking a look at.
So yeah, this is our map editor. This is like straight drawing tiles straight into the battle screen. You know, it's really simple to use, really understandable immediately. You can just kind of draw those tiles straight in there and drop in the full range of units. Doris is dropping in a commander right now.
What are the commander units about? Talk to me about that.
So the commanders are kind of integral to the strategy of Wargroove. You have this unit that kind of represents like the king and queen in chess at the same time.
Ubisoft is at 4 p.m. Tunic. It's a little bit later.
And they're really powerful, so you can kind of push forward really heavily with them. But there's a lot of risk reward.
That's neat that you have like a commanding officer character.
That unit, then you actually lose the game.
Oh, that's what you mean by the king comparison. It's both your power unit and the queen, but your loss condition is the king.
Yeah, and other tools include you can drop down buildings right now. We've dropped in some HQs. Those are kind of like your base of operations and
the HQs. Let's go.
To win the match.
Yeah.
But on top of like kind of simple and easy to use tools, we've also got more advanced tools.
Yeah, I hope this uses the touchscreen on the Switch. That's for sure.
And assign like a scripted encounter or sequence to that.
Oh, cool.
So, you know, if I step into that forest, someone can pop out and attack me.
Yeah, you could have.
Oh, that's cool that you can put sequences and shit. That's dope.
Is that actually ties back into the campaign map we saw earlier? So maybe that will trigger a condition. Maybe after encountering those bandits, your story takes a different turn.
Yeah, the Switch does have a touchscreen, in fact.
To fight more of them, and so on.
Now, Doris, what is the process to go from this map to a playable game?
So it's very simple, like as simple as sharing the map actually. So you can just share.
Yeah, Advanced Wars is good. JV5, absolutely. So hopefully they can capture some of that goodness.
And there it is.
It's very different from Fire Emblem. It might look similar, but it is a very different game from Fire Emblem in a lot of ways.
And we have gotten the chance to design a campaign map, end a mission, and get it playable. That is incredibly fast. Jay, Doris, I want to thank you both so much for coming out to talk about this game today. Cheers, guys, and thanks for coming.
Thank you.
That's a nice level editor, though, I gotta say. As much as I was down on it and like, okay, I don't need to see footage of a level editor, it looked pretty nice. It's an ad for PCGamer.com, but they've got the wrong audio feed going. Yeah, Shadow of Valencia is amazing. I'm not done yet, but
sequel to Middle-earth Shadow
so good.
of Mordor. It's Middle-earth Shadow of War that has an officially announced release date. Guys, it's October 10th. Here to talk to me about it is Michael DePlater, the Vice President of Creative at Monolith. What is up, Michael?
At the PC Gaming Show, you get your announcements a day after they've happened.
Hell yeah! Well, the chair's a nice break.
That thrilling release date drop. Well, they already had it. Yes, we know.
This posture. Thank you. Now, we've heard about the.
I am keen for this game though, because I did like the first game a lot.
Been changing and building upon Shadow of Mordor.
What's more OP, Fire Emblem Mages or Advanced Wars Artillery? Really probably the Artillery.
Seems pretty obvious. Is take the things that were good that worked in the first game, so our combat and the Nemesis system and this world that we created, and to build on that, but also to take the lessons we learned in the first game and really improve those. So really make this into a truly epic fantasy that's kind of up there with if you go and see Return of the King or Lord of the Rings, and really focusing on the story and the characters as well.
I mean, you've been talking all throughout about how important story is in Shadow of War. What does that mean in terms of the work that you're doing?
It means paying off the epic scale, so having these titanic full
God, I really hope they land the ending this time.
Stakes of the story, so we're facing the most iconic.
Previous game's ending was not too hot.
You know, Sauron and the Witch King and the Nazgul, and it means having these incredibly memorable and personal characters, so allies and enemies that you're working with.
And in terms of E3, what are the types of things that you're showcasing here that people can see?
Oh, the reason we're really excited for E3 is two things: people being able to get their hands on the game and play it, and also that we're going
big promotion
demos of the game. But
oh no, not promotion.
System,
don't say promotion.
Every single demo we give, we have no idea what's going to happen.
That's awesome.
We don't know which orcs or which characters are going to turn up, which stories are going to happen. So every single time people go and see the demo, they're going to see something new, and so are we. And because of that, we really wanted to share that not just at E3, but for anyone.
I don't know how long this show is supposed to be.
Those demos as well.
I can check the E3 like schedule.
Those online throughout the entire duration of E3. I know that in a moment we're going to get a chance to delve a little bit more into those story bits with a unique cinematic based on one of the characters that was in the trailer. Can you introduce her for us, Eltariel?
11 hours, huh?
So she's one of the new characters we're introducing into the world and into our story, Eltariel. She's the Blade of Galadriel. So she's essentially an assassin that's been sent to Mordor to hunt down the Nazgul and to hunt down anyone corrupted by a ring of power. And you, as Talion, are running around Mordor wielding.
Yeah, it's supposed to end. It's supposed to be over. This might be their last thing. Because I believe it was supposed to end at 2:30.
In that relationship
our time,
with her,
my time, Eastern.
She's an awesome character, and as well as that,
so I believe they've gone over a slight amount, which is fine.
Our first major story DLC as well, which is the Blade of Galadriel.
Well, before.
I really hope we don't have issues like this with Ubisoft and Sony. Yeah, I know they still have to show DMC5. I do agree with that. So hopefully that'll look good.
We talked about how important story is to Shadow of War, so let's take a little bit of a look at 2 minutes of the cinematic, Eltariel meeting Talion.
Yeah, time to watch a full 2-minute cinematic. Let's go.
So it is true.
You killed me.
And yet you live. What is that like? To die and live again? Do you feel pain? Do you suffer?
What of the city? Of the Palantir?
The Nazgul have taken both. They belong to the Dark Lord now.
Then I have failed.
What if you keep fighting?
Wields the light of Galadriel. We can recover the ring.
Your rings are the cause of all this, Elf Lord.
You did this.
I can see him.
I see.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Who are you?
I'm the Blade of Galadriel.
Since when does Galadriel work with assassins?
Great threats make for unlikely alliances. You know this better than most. Now tell me more about this ring.
We crafted it to defeat Sauron. But it was lost.
The Nazgul will be drawn to the power of the ring.
Oh, I like the story of The Hobbit. It's just the movies tried to stretch like a fucking 90-page book to 3 movies.
My light will protect us, but it will not leave my side.
We must move quickly.
Try to keep up.
What is happening with the audio there?
Shadow of War. As a huge fan of Shadow of Mordor, I'm really excited to see where the story goes in the sequel. And I'm pleased
audio was distorted as fuck at the end there. One final game.
And I'm not even allowed to say the name yet.
Ooh.
So joining me
from
to
Microsoft.
Talk about said unnamed game.
Ooh.
The creative director from Microsoft Studios.
Ooh, we might have a thing here. We might have a thing here.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Love being here.
Now, Adam, I understand that you've been engaged.
Is it new Midtown Madness?
I am coming up on my 25th
Is it new Flight Simulator?
So yes, you can actually make a career out of being engaged.
Is it Phantom Dust 2?
And you know, I got my start in the DOS days. Remember DOS?
Like, oh yeah, dude, I played Zork all day.
Remember DOS?
I got my start in the DOS days doing role-playing games, D&D games. But
only 80s kids remember. Remember DOS?
I was at Westwood Studios for years, working on the Command & Conquer series.
Ooh. Oh, this might be Age of Empires then. This could be Age of Empires, maybe?
Empire War. So a lot of history on PC, and I'm excited to get back to it.
Well, I understand that this title is an homage to those roots, and I'm still not going to tell you what it is, but I know you're curious, so let's head right in to this world-exclusive trailer.
Good get. If they actually got an exclusive game in here, exclusive announcement, pardon me, then they got one good thing in here. Yo, it's Age of Empires. There it is. Wow. Wow. Get your Wololo. Way to start the trailer off with that, right? Wow, dang. Why is their audio so fucked? Oh, and they are, like, adjusting gameplay, too. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, that's great. That's great. That's awesome. The StarCraft like remaster was also really nice, so cool, cool. I'm down with that. Oh my god, the audio distortion is wild.
Adam. Age of Empires was the first game I ever saved up my allowance to play as a kid. I'd weed my grandma's garden all day. She'd give me like $2, and I still stayed dedicated. Tell me about Age of Empires, man.
Man, you know, nobody has been able to play this game except if they found the CD-ROMs for the last 20 years.
And what's a CD-ROM?
I know, really. These day and age, like, who even has a drive?
Only 90s kids remember.
And this has been such a labor of love for us at Microsoft and our development partner at Forgotten Empires to bring back Age of Empires in such a wonderful, definitive edition so everyone can experience it.
I want to talk about all the stuff we saw in the trailer start to finish. Talk to me about the graphics. Those sprites are gorgeous.
We have redone every single asset in the original Age of Empires. Every animation, every tile set, everything that made Age of Empires great, we have carefully and lovingly taken and made even better and better.
Because I remember just watching the sprites move around in the original game. It was very blocky and stuttery.
16 facings now, so those fonts don't jitter.
Wow, that's a really meaningful change. Characters being able to move in 16 directions instead of 4. That's a really meaningful change.
Soundtrack to the game using an actual symphony this time. It sounds wonderful. The people at studios are constantly begging us to get the soundtrack already.
Now, I have to ask, there were some aspects to the gameplay back then that were a little janky. Have there been any updates to the gameplay in that regard?
Yes. So not only have we done things like improved Find Path, which is, of course, always a big thing in RTS games, we've gone in and actually modernized the UI. A lot of people forget that original Age didn't even have an idle villagers button. So all of that stuff, attack, move, all of those things come to expect. Yes.
Yes, 1A.
Yep. So all of that stuff.
Oh, those sweet summer childs. They didn't even have an idle villagers button.
And brought it up to those standards.
And you know, speaking of modernization, I saw that it said Xbox Live Multiplayer, which, as you may or may not know, that is the online matchmaking service that Microsoft uses for PC games. I mean, how are you utilizing that?
Oh, well, we've completely redone how lobbies work and how games and matching works. You know, we have our friend system, of course.
I would fucking hope so.
Live. So players should have a really amazing experience.
Considering the last online experience was made in the 90s.
Track progress and see their results against all the other players. So it should be a really wonderful experience to play.
And what about the beta that we saw at the end of that video?
Yes, so the game will be out later this year, but you can go right now to ageofempires.com and sign up for our multiplayer beta.
Cool.
You know, RTS games are really, you know, multiplayer is so important. And we want to make sure that this definitive edition of Age is the absolute best we can make it.
Right.
So, you know, multiplayer, please come, sign, play with us, make the game great.
You asked me before we hopped on that you wanted to say one more special bit, a little bit of a tease. We understand that it's the 20th anniversary of Age of Empires. What is it you wanted to say?
So, yes, Age of Empires, the whole franchise will be it's hitting its 20 mark October of this year. You know, and this is the start here at E3 with you, is the start of the celebration of 20 years of Age of Empires. And that party is going to roll. We're going to continue that. So you're going to hear from us again in Cologne, Germany at Gamescom in August. And we're going to be having a really wonderful Age of Empires event there and talking a whole bunch about, I think, stuff you're going to want to hear.
I think I'm going to want to hear it.
Yes.
You tease. Well, let me just say, Adam, thank you so much for coming out. Super excited about Age of Empires. And with that, our slew of announcements comes to an end. Before we depart, let's head back up to the mezzanine with Sonia for one last hello.
Thank you, Sean. I had an amazing time.
Don't tell me about the
being a part of some
contest.
Awesome game
Don't tell me
reveals
about the
and kicking it
contest.
with you guys today. If you want any more information on any of the games that you saw today, go to pcgamer.com. If you want to hang out with me and check me out on the internet at OMG It's Firefox, pretty much everywhere. I had a blast, and for one last time, back to you, Sean.
Ooh, no contest.
Thank you so much, Sonia. I gotta say, it was a blast. I hope you had a great time. Thank you all so much for coming out. All of you who braved LA traffic to be here in the morning. All of you who tuned in online. Thanks to our sponsors, Intel, Microsoft, Bohemia, Tripwire, Cygames, and Nexon for help making this event possible. It is an absolute pleasure to have your support. And I'd also like to give a shout out to all the developers and the publishers at their recent conferences that have been going on in the last week. We were super excited about the titles there and following them closely because we're gamers at heart, and we hope that you too enjoyed what we had to share with you today. And as crazy as it sounds, E3 starts tomorrow, so we hope that you get the chance to get your hands
That's true,
on
right?
some
The
of
show
titles
floor
that
is
were
not
announced
open
in the
until
last week that you're
tomorrow.
pumped
Dang.
for. From all the folks at PC Gamer and from me, Day 9, have a wonderful day and go play some video games. We'll see you next year.
We'll see you next year, indeed. Christ. Okay, well, you know, again, this is one of those things where it's really not aimed at me. My interests obviously don't line up with my interests and favorite game genres and types don't really line up with what's most popular on PC. But boy, yeah, like Tunic was kind of the most. Tunic and Ooblets and the Advanced Wars-esque title were kind of the standouts for me. Ooblets is dope. Those three were kind of the standouts for me. Getting the exclusive on the Age of Empires remastered was great. Shame they didn't have a few more interesting, like, new announcements. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this for me is probably the weakest one so far. But again, I think a big part of it is my tastes really don't line up with a lot of the stuff. Like even some of the cooler stuff, like Mountain Blade, that does look cool and fun. Like that's not really something that super interests me. So yeah, for me it was a bit slower. But like I can see Dreyfus Frost, pardon me, in the chat saying that yeah, it was good for someone in his cases. And yeah, no, I can totally see that. So for me, this is probably my least favorite, just because there really wasn't much there from. At least EA had a way out and the little teaser for Anthem. Is it loud? Great. Sasuga PC Gamer. Also, I'm really tired this morning, so that might be an element of it. Yeah, man. That was that. Next up is Ubisoft, or as they're known in Japan, Ubi Softo. That's actually true. They say Ubi Softo. Next up is Ubisoft at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in 1 hour and 13 minutes. I'm going to be off until then, and we'll be back on for that. And then later in the evening, PlayStation's showcase at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I will also be on for. Then the day after, tomorrow, we've got Nintendo in the morning, which will probably segue into the Treehouse a little bit. And then there's some stage events that I won't be covering the stage events. There's usually some pretty neat stuff at the stage events, so look down the list of presenters and check it out. There's always a few good announcements in there, but you know, they're just so long and cover so many games that that's not the kind of thing I'm gonna cover. Thanks, Conlon Plays, super nice of you. Ubi Softo. Ubisoft? Fucking say it however, man. How long was I up till Devolver? Or for Devolver? I think I was up till 4:30. And then I dropped then. And I was in bed by 5. But boy, yeah. Anyway, I really need to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to cut us off here. And I'll be back on in 1 hour and 10 minutes, give or take, for Ubisoft, and we'll cover that, and we'll see how that shit goes. Should be a good time. Should be a good time. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, guys.